Hey, this is Bader, and I just got a new Sam Rice card in. It's not the one that I'm showing right there, but I was excited to show it. It is now my oldest Sam Rice card, so I'm going to take this opportunity and show my other Sam Rice cards. I don't have a lot of them, so it's going to be a quicker video. But for those who don't know who Sam Rice is, he's an all-time great for the Senators. He is my favorite offensive player for the Senators of all time, and he's got a just mind-boggling story. And I know that Dylan over at Double D Vintage, he loves this guy's story too. But he's one of those players where if it's one of those what if players, like Mickey Mantle. What if he didn't have knee or leg problems and didn't, wasn't fighting alcoholism? What if Mike Trout, never got hurt? What if Ted Williams never served 5 years in the military? You can imagine, like, what would these guys' stats have been like? And Sam Rice is one of these guys. So, for example, in his 20s, he did not play a lot because of just his life didn't make that possible. But when it was 30s on, he was one of the better players in baseball. And he actually, if you take all players from the age of 30 on, he is second all-time in most hits, 2,348 from the age of 30 on. Number one is a guy named Pete Rose. And Pete Rose had 1,200 more at-bats than Sam Rice in that time period. But Sam Rice was only behind him by 84 hits. So it took Pete Rose 1,200 at-bats to get 84 more hits than Sam Rice in that period of time. Also, Sam Rice had 59 more RBIs than him. He stole 99 more bases than him. And he had 4 extra base hits more than Pete Rose, even though he had 1,200 less at-bats. That's insane. The thing about Sam Rice is if you listen to his story, it is absolutely heart-wrenching, tragic. Basically what happened is he was a very good ball player, and he got married young, and he had a wife and a couple kids, and when he was out playing a game in a neighboring town, a tornado went through their town. And so his wife and kids fled to his parents' house to be in a safer place. And the tornado went through and killed all of them. So he lost his children, he lost his wife, he lost his mother and father, he lost, I believe, his siblings there as well. And I can only imagine how difficult that was as a young man. And he kind of roamed around for a little while, and then he joined the Navy in 1913. And in 1913, he was off and serving in the military there, and he was still playing some baseball when his ship would come in. And a senator was down from D.C. and saw him playing and thought he was pretty darn good, and ended up buying out his basically his contract with the Navy so that he could come and play baseball. So he came and played baseball. He started playing there, and he was more of a pitcher, but he was a very good hitter as well. And he broke in not till at the age of 25, so he'd missed all that time earlier. Started playing, and then the next year gets drafted for the Army for World War I. So he leaves for France in 1918. Comes back the following year, plays a little bit, and it's not until the next year that he's playing. So by this time, so at the age of 27, he got a season in, and then 29. So he missed he missed the bulk of his 20s. So if you were to take those years and give him back and be conservative, that you gave him 6 years and you don't give him anything crazy, 170 hits a year, you give him 80 runs a year, again, conservative, he would be a guy that would be at about 4,000 hits in his career. I mean, very easily more. Would have scored 1,800 plus runs. And so we're talking about somebody who had the potential to be an absolute all-time great. So I'm going to start out, that's the story on Sam Rice, and how I think he was amazing. But here is I got this recently. This is not a vintage card, but oh my gosh, does it look cool. That's a Batley Red. So it's a company that makes small runs of custom cards, and I had that on my display case. It's pretty cool. I'll just put that right there. Okay. And then we have TCMA. This is 1980. There we go. We have his Fleer card. I have a couple of these. Looks like a very stern man. He was small. He was small. He's 5'9". So he weighed about 150 pounds. Career lifetime average of 322. And here we're getting into the to his original cards. This is a Diamond Stars, and very, very clean copy. This is not normally in a very expensive card, but I ran into the opportunity and said, you know what, I want a really nice one. And let's see, can we see all these on there? I wanted a really nice one. It's not a really expensive card if you don't want to get one in high grade. The rest of these cards are all fairly low grade. This one, I liked the way it looked a lot, but you can see there's a little piece of tape on there. But it's a pretty looking card. And I didn't want to pay like 6 times as much. And that's okay. A beautiful card. We got a 1927 York Caramel. And I sent this one in myself to be graded. And I knew that it was going to be a lower grade because it's got a crease right down the middle. It's got the name Babe Ruth on the back. This was my very first Samurai's card ever. This is a 1922 Caramel. And somebody did a beautiful trim job there. I got the same image. This is a W5751. There's a hand-cut card. And it's a pretty good looking card. It's just right here, there's I've got a pinhole. But I'm okay with that. That means I could afford it. Have more cards. There's nothing on the back. It's a bit rough. And then here is my latest, and it's in my little authentication eBay wrap. But there we have a 1921 Caramel as well. Super exciting to get these cards. I had a chance at one of his big head cards that I ended up later finding out was True Rookie, and I should have been more aggressive on my bidding on it. But that's a great card. So those are my Samurai's cards. I hope to add another one every 6 months to a year. They're harder to find. Like when you're getting these guys, they don't come up all the time, so they're a little bit harder. The Gaudis and the Diamond Stars, they're easy. They're always available, and then there's hundreds of these. But these guys, they're a little harder to find. All right, this is Bader out. Thanks for watching. See you again.